What's up, YouTube land? Xeno Gaming back for another AOR Oceania F2 PS4 League video here today, racing around China. We did do a race around Bahrain a few weeks ago as well, but unfortunately for me, I disconnected halfway through the first lap, so no footage from Bahrain, but here we are in China, ready for the Chinese Grand Prix. So, looking forward to this race here again, and here we are onto qualifying straight away. This is the first qualifying lap from me today, and wasn't a bad lap, but was very scruffy, as you'll see here coming towards turn 5 now. Had a huge lock up on the front right tyre, missed the apex horribly. Didn't get the power down too great either. Just a poor corner for me, so bad mistake. But the rest of the lap was alright. Ended up still managing to do a 31.5, putting it into first place for the time being. And then now this is on to the second lap, and I'll let you guys watch this one.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. That's the fastest
So there
lap
it
so
is. That
far.
was my fastest lap I did for the qualifying session. That would actually put me on a pole position, which was pretty exciting for my first AOR pole. So now here's the start of the race. Very nervous once again to start on pole, such a strong position. But this would cost me later, as you guys will see. But here we go, start of the race. Spilly got a really strong start from third on the grid. Had a look up the inside, but didn't end up going for it. Probably just not enough space there for him, and I end up closing the gap between Josh and Spilly to make sure I managed to hold on to P1 going through the first corners here. It was a really nervous first lap for me. I was trying to make sure to hold the lead, but also not to make any silly mistakes. And I do make a bit of a mistake in the 5, run a bit wide, but so we gather it up. We don't lose any position. It was only a small mistake, but Spilly is all over the back of us, and we're constantly looking behind to make sure we know where he is at all times, make sure he doesn't try anything. And was very nervous, as you can see on this first lap, making many mistakes, small mistakes, but still mistakes nonetheless. As we come here, he's still behind us, but we get a slight gap here coming into the end of the second sector now. Another lock up, another little small mistake, but we use the ERS to good effect here, coming out of the exit of the long right-hander, turn 13, which enables us to be safe and create a little gap going down the back straight here.
And
cutting onto the end of the first lap here.
1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Oh my God. So we're starting to feel a bit more comfortable, settle into a bit more of a rhythm here now. We're on to lap 3. Starting to feel a bit more comfortable, starting to extend the gap a bit, just to give myself a bit of a cushion to feeling a bit more comfortable, not making as many mistakes. But behind us, Spilly would have a huge mistake. He'd spin off, not sure how, but he would make a mistake, which relieved the pressure a bit more for me. I started feeling a bit more comfortable, really settling in. And now here we are onto lap 5. The ultras died really quickly, as we had to settle for a 2-stop, couldn't stretch it to a 1-stop, so in pretty quickly for a change to the soft tyre, which is
Up to speed now.
good tyre.
Let's
It
get
was a
some
good
heat
tyre. I
into
felt
those
really
tyres.
comfortable. And the soft tyre was so we come out the pits here, make a huge oversteer moment, but we gather it up. Luckily for us, don't lose position to the runner. It was really important that we got out in front of the runner, so it doesn't cost us any time on the outlap in our chase towards the front of Hazard and Caesar, who are doing the one-stop start qualifying on the soft tyre and going to switch to the medium, which was very difficult to overcome the gap. But here we are on lap 5. We get a great run on Ricky C.
Okay,
Now
gap
we
to
go
leader,
around him on the outside running to turn 1, clear him so we can take the normal line, and then we straight away onto the back. The fresh tyres were absolutely used a treat here, as we're able to just have so much more grip than the guys around us here. On the back of the runner here, get a good exit, use the ERS mode up into overtake and rich mix, and make a nice little dive bomb into turn 5, and get it back down the second gear, the corner, and yeah, so that was a
nice
good
job.
little stint because we didn't get held up too much. Now onto the end of lap 7 here, we're catching up to Rim Hugger, and got a good slipstream using the modes, and we have a dive here, but just was too far back, but we had a look, and still got a good exit though. Was able to maintain that slipstream, was able to stay in that 1 second gap to get DRS, take a really good final corner, good line, switch up into overtake mode, and get a good slipstream, and close that gap, get up his inside for turn 1, which was almost ran off the track. You could see how hard I was pushing, trying to get that position, knowing how important it was to close the gap to the guys up front doing the one stop, to make sure we could cover them off later and didn't have to do so much work later. So now this is the stage of the race where we're just lapping as consistently as possible to close the gap to the guys in front while they're on their old softs. But now Hazard's in the pits on lap 12, so he would come out on the medium tyre going to the end of the race, and then the next lap Caesar would pit also to the medium tyre to go to the end of the race. So this is a crucial stage for me to really pump out the lap times, but I don't feel like I did a good job here as the Force India struggles to get out the way. This is our in lap now, posting the fastest sectors times on the in lap, really pushing hard to bridge that gap to the guys ahead, and we put it on for the soft tyres to go to the end of the race. Really looking and knowing it was going to be a hard challenge. It was about a 10-12 second gap as we come out the pit lane, and we knew it was going to be a struggle here to catch these guys. And here we're cutting onto lap 18, our very first flying lap, as Caesar sets the fastest lap with a 35.5. We'd come around the final corner to come across the line and absolutely smash that by setting a 34.4 on an absolute charge, trying to catch these guys lap after lap, pushing really hard. But now here onto lap 22, still pushing really hard, trying to close the gap. The Force India makes a mistake. We managed to avoid it, but we lost a bit of time trying to catch the guys ahead. But still pushing really hard, just trying to bridge that gap. It's closing, but we weren't closing it enough. Just didn't have that extra half a second that we probably needed. But you can see it's closing here on the mini map. But as we go deep into the hairpin a bit there, on lap 25, coming around now to lap 28, we're still pushing hard, using all the fuel, all the ERS modes available to us to try and close it. But just it was the two-stop strategy around China was a bit too slow to overcome the one-stop. As you can see, we're still about 5 seconds behind. We're closing. At this stage, my tyres were a bit gone, so we're not closing at that rapid rate as we were at the start. We're only closing maybe 2 or 3 tenths a lap, and it just wasn't enough as the McLaren gets out the way on the right side of making a mistake, I believe. So we'd come around the final corner. Congratulations to Caesar. He'd win the Chinese Grand Prix. Hazard would finish second, and I'd come for a solid third. Wasn't totally happy that we finished third after starting on pole, but still take a decent podium. Good result for the championship. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that race. Leave a like, please subscribe. Yeah, was a decent race for me today, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So yeah, thank you.